On paper, I was doing fine. I had a 9 to 5 job, a decent paycheck, and a credit card I'd barely thought about. But every month, the same thing happened. I would get paid, feel rich for about 3 days, and then somehow end up stressed, checking my balance before buying coffee. Not even a big purchase, just coffee. That was the weird part. It was never one huge mistake. It was all the small ones. A $7 coffee here, a food delivery fee there, a subscription I forgot about, a random Target run that turned into $84. Nothing felt serious in the moment, but by the end of the month, all those tiny expenses had quietly eaten my money. And the worst part was that I didn't even know where it was going. So one night, after another long workday, I sat at my kitchen table and opened my bank app. I expected to feel guilty. Instead, I felt confused. My money wasn't disappearing in one dramatic way. It was leaking, slowly, quietly, like a sink with the faucet barely on, but the drain always open. I had a visibility problem. I knew how much I made, but I didn't really know how I lived. So I started paying attention. Not in some perfect budgeting app life coach kind of way, just honestly. I wrote down what I spent for a week, then 2 weeks, and that's when the pattern got uncomfortable. I wasn't just paying for things. I was paying to feel normal, to feel productive, to feel like I had a life outside work. Lunch with coworkers, a streaming subscription I never canceled, a ride share because I didn't want to wait for the train, a new shirt because my old clothes felt too boring after a rough week. That's lifestyle creep, even when it doesn't look fancy. It's not always yachts or luxury bags. Sometimes it's just your regular life getting a little more expensive every time your paycheck goes up. You start earning more, so you stop noticing the little upgrades. But your habits grow right along with your income, and suddenly, you're making more money and still living paycheck to paycheck. That realization stung, because I thought I was being responsible. I was working hard. I wasn't spending wildly. I wasn't reckless. But money doesn't care how reasonable your choices feel in the moment. It only cares about the total. So I tried something simple. Before changing anything big, I tracked the small stuff for 1 month. Coffee, snacks, delivery, app subscriptions, convenience purchases. The things that felt harmless. And once I saw the full number, I got serious. Not extreme, just serious. I didn't quit my coffee shop habit completely. I just stopped buying it on autopilot. I kept 1 or 2 treats a week instead of 5. I looked at every subscription and asked, would I miss this if it disappeared today? Some stayed. Most didn't. I started packing lunch a few days a week instead of ordering out every time I felt tired. And I made one rule that changed everything. If I wanted to buy something non-essential, I waited 24 hours. That one rule saved me from so many pointless purchases. Because most of the time, the urge passed. The feeling was temporary. The spending was permanent. At first, these changes felt tiny, almost too tiny to matter. But that's the point. Money problems are often built from tiny habits. And tiny habits are how you fix them too. I wasn't trying to become a different person overnight. I was trying to stop my money from slipping through my fingers. Then, something unexpected happened. The more I controlled my spending, the less anxious I felt. Not because I had become rich, I hadn't, but because I finally knew what was happening. Uncertainty is expensive. When you don't know where your money is going, every bill feels heavier. Every purchase feels risky. Every week feels like a countdown. But when I started paying attention, the fear got smaller. I could see the difference between a real emergency and a bad habit. I could tell when I was actually short on money and when I was just used to spending like I always had more coming in. And honestly, that was the most important part. Not the savings number, not some perfect budget. It was the feeling of being in the driver's seat again. A lot of people think financial change starts with making more money. Sometimes it does, but often it starts with noticing the life you're already funding. The rent, the gas, the groceries, the subscriptions, the takeout, the credit card payment, the little lifestyle choices that quietly shape your future. Once I saw that clearly, I stopped asking, why am I broke? And started asking, what am I paying for every day without realizing it? That question changed everything. Because the truth is, most of us don't need one perfect money hack. We need a little more awareness, a little less autopilot, and a little more honesty about where our paycheck actually goes. And when you do that, something powerful happens. Your money starts feeling less like a mystery and more like a tool. You still have rent, you still have bills, you still have real life. But now, your choices are yours again. That's how I stopped feeling broke every month. Not by winning the lottery, not by getting rich overnight, just by finally seeing the leaks, one small expense at a time.